Let's talk about arguments. So we're going to go back into our gen files again. Let's say we want to put the destination to be something that the user can input, right? Because right now it's just always generating this temp file for us, and it would be better if the user could tell, like, I want those temporary files to go to this place. So the way that we do that, instead of making destination equal to temp like this, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this equal to $1, and that's going to be the first argument provided to it, right? Now keep in mind there actually is a $0, but the $0 will be gen files. It's going to be the command that was run. So if you want to figure out how did the user invoke this, which in our case it would be obvious it would be gen files, but you could do that with $0 to figure that out. So $1 will be technically the second thing, but it's the first argument being provided. As you might imagine, $2 would be the next one, $3, $4, so on and so forth, right? So $1 is going to be equal to that. And now, anywhere that we refer to destination, because we've basically renamed $1 to be named destination. I totally could have renamed this to be just $1 and $1 here, but I like giving names to my arguments so I can figure out what they actually are. It makes my bash script a little bit more readable, so I tend to do that. But no reason you have to. So now I can do gen files, and I can give it a yet different folder. And now, let's see, where am I? I'm in primary, right? So if I look in here, there's a new folder called yet different folder, and if I go into yet different folder, you can see I got all my temporary files, right? So that's how you give arguments to your bash script. And now what I want to do is I want to go back one, and I want to VI this again. Let's talk about how to receive user input interactively. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to delete this line here called file prefix, and we're going to use a command called read. So I'm going to say read -p, -p being the prompt that you want, is like, what are you asking the user for? And I'm going to say enter a file prefix, so we can ask the user the question, please enter something, and we're going to store it in a variable called file prefix. Okay, so if I write and quit that, this is the line that we added here. Everything else will still work the way we anticipated because we called it file prefix, and we're referring to file prefix down there. So now I'm going to say write quit, and I'm going to run gen files, and we're going to put that in still different folder, so a new folder called still different. And I'm going to ask you, please enter a file prefix. I'm going to call this front-end masters. Okay, and if I hit enter, it'll say done. And if I go into still different folder, and we look, all the files are called front-end masters 1, front-end masters 2, front-end masters 3. So that's how you grab user input, is using that read command. So basically you're saying, like, wait for the user to enter something. As soon as they hit enter, then continue, and this will be whatever the user gave.